Welcome to the Emo Social Club podcast, broadcasting to you live from emosocialclub.tv. I am Brian.
And I'm Lizzie, and we're here this evening with our new friend and damper, Tom, but with an H. Welcome to the podcast, and thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Of course, yeah. If I may, THOM is more of a proper shortened Thomas.
Sure is.
There we go.
Everybody who goes by TOM. Wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, Toms.
Yeah.
Blame Toms.
You heard that, DeLong?
You did it wrong.
Oh my
Yep,
God.
you did it wrong, man.
More like Tom DeWrong, you know what I'm saying?
Tom DeRong.
No.
I liked that. I thought that was
I wasn't really sure the bit I was going to use because I was almost about to use, we spell podcast PH, and that's fodcast.
No, the H is
Sometimes you
just
just gotta
silent.
commit to the bit, man.
Yeah, I'm committing to
Whatever it
one bit or another, but I prefer Tom DeWrong, and I'm going to use that now. Last night I said Avril Lavigne, and I felt bad about myself.
Well, then you dabbed.
Well, yeah, because I had to. It's being Avril Lavigne, you know?
I literally turned around. I just seen like aggressively dabbing, and I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, air horns, Avril Lavigne, you know?
Yeah.
Tom, tell us about yourself. Tell us about the band. Introduce yourself to the people who are tired of my bits.
Hello, people. Yeah, Damper has been a long, bumpy road at times, but it's been 5 years. I started the project with my high school buddy, Ian, Adriana, and been through, quite a few different members since then, but it's always been, I would say, my brain baby for the part. I've written most of the songs throughout the last 5 years, and kind of like crafted and like manipulated stuff with other members. I would definitely a lot of collaboration, but a good amount of it like started out in my bedroom and then bring it to guitarist or whatever. But yeah, this album is probably the most collaborative. I think, people hear the difference.
What was kind of that process of working with kind of like a new band, a new lineup, and getting your music out into the world?
I would say for this record that's about to come out tomorrow, by the way, it's very different in the way that we came up with, I would say, like maybe 3 or 4 songs, just like jamming together. 2 of them are my other bandmates at the time, Bella King on bass, Nick Kane on drums. A lot of jamming. I think part of the reason for that was we had like a good amount of an album written already, but and we had actually recorded some of it before the pandemic hit, and we were supposed to go back into, I think, March 2020, but our comfortable at the time was just and so when, I guess this is like fast forwarding a bit, but we just decided later on in the year, instead of like trying to make those songs part of an album, we just kind of made route. I think that worked out pretty well for us because it allowed us to get press records by like aggressively putting stuff on subreddits. r/Twinkle-Daddies is the one that actually worked. Got the attention.
Let me just make a note real quick.
r/Twinkle-Daddies. Yep.
Twinkle-Daddies.
Oh no.
That's apparently a world is thing like that, and then it just kind of went from
Interesting.
became a thing. It was like a joke. I don't know the backstory. That's just.
I think it's just
I'm
like
the siren.
Twinkly-emo is the joke. And then
Yeah.
it's like Twinkle-Daddies.
Like the twinkly
I love that
guitars.
idea.
Yeah. I just feel like it's like an entire group dedicated to sexualizing that guitar tone.
Yeah, absolutely. It's big circle jerk.
Yeah.
Oh, you got that nice tone, bro.
Oh, dude, that tone.
Tone. Took me straight to Flavor Town.
Yeah.
I think there's also like the twink part of it too. Part of the maybe bit that they were doing at the time. I don't know.
That is
origin.
That's a deep bit.
Yeah, that's a deep bit. Like somebody really like nailed it down. Said, "Guys, this is it. Let's keep it going."
I don't know what Tom the Siren Full Press Record told me. So, I was mentioning this I think earlier, but we didn't know that we both had the same name, Tom with an H, until like we'd gotten our first kind of like introducing ourselves Spider-Man moment. So they're like, "You're Tom with an H, and I'm Tom with an H." So it was just a funny coincidence. But yeah, he basically ran with the ideas that we were already working with. He was, "Are you going to use these songs on a record?" And we were like, "Yeah, I think so." We just wanted to keep releasing stuff so that. And he kind of suggested that good writing and re-release stuff. And okay, wow, that's a tall order, but we decided to go with that. Probably took about 5 or 6 months actually doing that, or no, even less, like 3 months. Yeah, because it was like January. Actually signed the deal and then wrote for a few months and went to the studio. Pretty quick now that I think about it. Relative to I've done in the past at least. That was like, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the pandemic has either like sped things up or slowed things down. So it's like, I don't know, like a lot of artists I feel have come out of the pandemic either being like, I'm creatively ADHD and I've gotten everything done, or I'm creatively worn the fuck out and I've gotten nothing done. And having like that,
extremes.
Yeah. And it's like having, whether it's like signing a deal or working with somebody else and like getting to a place where you're like, okay, I can have a little bit more focus and get the actual work done instead of just like sitting on the same thing for a long time, which is something I did for a long while. And
oh God,
it's like, yeah, you just need that like extra person who's like, okay, let's do this. It's like, yeah,
keep going.
Yeah,
let's follow that idea. I like where this is. Some outside voice, I think, really helps a lot. And yeah, I don't know if you ever did this before, but songwriting challenge is something that I did with friends a couple of different times during like early quarantine. And basically we took like a whole week, come up with something that had to be at least 1 minute long, had to have some vocal element. Those were the criteria. So a good amount of it came out of that too. Yeah, that's just another out of threats. Because for me, the thing I usually run into is I write a riff, verse out of it, chorus, and then drop off.
And it's done.
Yep. And it's so not.
Right.
Like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm a lazy songer. I don't know if that's true. I feel like I definitely could, on a couple different occasions, I could have like really dive into a topic, but increasingly I've noticed I'm writing like two back to the chorus. I don't know. Funny how that definitely has to do with.
Yeah, it was a trail off. I mean, I don't think it's, as a music listener, I have found that the shorter some songs get, the more I like the songs. Like a 2-minute song, a 2.5-minute song, anything sub 3 minutes, I'm like, okay, thank you. Like you got to the point, you got something out. It's like fun to listen to. It's yeah, just like sometimes that like minimal side of things makes you more creative of what you can do with like just a verse and a couple choruses. And I've gotten so angry at bridges lately. I'm just like, there's no need for bridges in any song ever again. Just don't cut that part out.
I have to agree too. I feel like it's distracting from whatever the rest is trying to say. It's hard to write like a
Yeah.
still tied in, hitting on side of the chord progression, but yeah, I feel like it really depends, but often radio just get back to the chorus.
Yeah.
Just get back to the banger part, and
Yeah.
like, that's it. I want to keep going.
Yeah.
What's
I
the
guess
best part of the song?
idea is
Do it
to,
100
like,
times.
Build, yeah. I think it's the choice, I guess, the purpose of it, if I had to get kind of music that old still, I mean. Yeah, I feel like the purpose of it, hype. Yeah, I don't do it a lot.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan. Sometimes do songs with like
Just a couple of chord progressions and you're done. And that's it.
Yeah, but it's like Bob Dylan had like 6-minute plus songs too, being like, here's the entire story. And it's
got a
like,
lot to
all right,
say.
bestie.
yeah. Yeah, he really. Yeah, I didn't grow up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the,
Yeah. Okay, fair.
Times are changing. I think
Yeah.
that's when I like got into Bob. My dad hated his voice.
Yeah, my
what
dad
is this
also
song?
does not like folk music, any type like that. I mean, I don't really listen to Bob Dylan either, but I was like, oh, I like Desolation Row, but I also like Desolation Row more covered by My Chemical.
Yeah. I like All on the Watchtower covered more by Jimi
That's
Hendrix. Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
well,
sometimes the covers are better than the original. That's the mark of it. Do it, differently.
yeah, it brings
So
some
you're
cool things.
you're in that kind of market. I had one of my friends on Twitter, our friend Maud, and she was talking about covers, and she was like, "Why would I change anything? I just want to cover it in just whatever their style is." So they have one pop punk band, and then they have one other band that they're in, and it's more like indie rock. And they're like, "Oh, say if I covered this one song, it would just be in that style, and that's it. Like I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel." And I'm like. But also that you see people doing a lot more creative, crazy stuff with it as well. Like, there's like the pop goes punk type of thing, the punk goes crunk type. And I'm like, okay.
Those
like
were hit and miss.
yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Oh
yes
my
they were.
God.
They
Really
were
hit and
very hit and miss. So I'm wondering, like, what do you think kind of like about that with like covers and like everything like that? And would you ever consider doing a cover of like anything?
Yeah, actually, we're in the midst of recording one. I don't know if I'm supposed to like say yet, but it's too funny.
This
of an
isn't.
idea
No one's
to
going to hear
not
this.
share.
No one's going to.
Okay, cool. Then I'll just big secret
Yeah.
that everyone's going to be talking about forever. There's a compilation that we got invited to, or I guess Tom from Old Press invited us. And it's a compilation of all songs, the cover songs of the Shrek soundtrack.
Oh my
See,
God.
I was like, you're gonna say like an artist, but now
No,
you're like, no, it's the
so
Shrek
ridiculous.
soundtrack. So I'm like, fuck yeah.
Now, do you know what song you're doing?
Ogre. I know it's Ogre. I forget who came up with it, but
That is great.
I wish I had that idea, but
Too good.
yeah, we've been playing it. We're gonna play it tomorrow at our album release show. It's My Beloved Monster. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the one that plays like when he's like blowing up the animal, like little eating frogs off the spit.
Casual.
Yeah, that's like my favorite part of the movie. I have to do that. Outrageous.
I
It's
love
such
it.
a bizarre song. Really like strange guitar effects. I didn't even try to like replicate that because I don't even know how you did it. And like, I talked to the band about it the first time, and everybody just kind of looked around. Well, that was underwhelming. Like we played it as written.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'll try to figure out something to make it more. We kind of like sped it up a lot, and I would say it sounds more like anything now. And it's got like funky time signature stuff. Fun as shit to play. So yeah, I think we're gonna play it tomorrow. Finish recording at some point. Like funny on the page, like people were saying like, oh yeah, I can get that done like a month, and it's been like 6.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's literally just one song on there so far, and it's you know the song that plays when there's like the little like box when they come into Duloc,
Yes.
like wipe your face, wipe your
Yeah.
grass or whatever. Yeah.
Ace.
Yeah. Whatever. It's something that doesn't rhyme, but yeah, it was like a 30-second like super scramsy like screamo cover, and
Oh my god.
it's so good. Like it was so funny.
Is
showed it to a
this
couple
coming
friends.
out via Old Press Records, or is this coming out just like
No.
an independent thing?
Yeah, it's gonna just be on.
Okay.
I don't know. This guy's organizing it. I have no idea.
He's from DreamWorks.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, with DreamWorks.
DreamWorks.
It's Mike Myers.
Capitalizing
no.
on the whole Shrek is love.
Shrek is live. I mean, there is a whole
Aftermath.
Shrek Fest in Wisconsin that happens.
No,
every
these
year.
are too many words that are happening.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's called Shrek Fest, and they usually have Smash Mouth there. I don't know how it's gonna go down this year because Smash Mouth is broken
they're
up
super
technically.
canceled.
They have
Yeah.
onion eating contests.
Oh my
and
God.
everybody wears the little Shrek antlers. They give you like little headbands.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fucking fun. Wow. Yeah, no, I can understand why Smash Mouth would not be invited back
Can't
after
make it.
everything.
Yeah.
I saw Smash Mouth in Wisconsin actually at Summerfest, and there
That
were a
sounds
bunch of
right.
people.
That's right.
Yeah. So for us, that's like driving up to Milwaukee's like an hour, 2 hours or so. So
Yeah.
you know, you find the time and you're like, I guess we should go watch Smash Mouth and just, you know, see that for ourselves. And this is a long while back. So like they were still in pretty good shape at the time. Obviously can't speak to any of their abilities now, but there was a group of people in the front row wearing the Shrek ears. And I was like, dude, he's going to get so mad at that. Like, I just know he's going to be like, please don't do that. And I don't think he did, but I do think when they went into All Star and I'm a Believer, and that was like, yeah, we know that you're here for these songs, and then they kind of played it up a little bit to them, but generally they were not leaning into the Shrek stuff. So I'm like,
Weren't doing any like awful Shrek impersonation.
no.
That's
No, get
upsetting.
I don't know if that.
swamp.
I don't know if that was like if that was bait for me to do one right now, and I'm not going to. But I was trying to do vocal impressions before we started recording, and I'm not going to do them on recording. That's for the fans.
I mean, sometimes just a little self-restraint.
Mm-hmm.
Practice. I need to practice that.
I think Smash Mouth needs to practice
it's a problem for me. Yeah,
I think they are practicing that right now, so it's okay.
We wish for a speedy recovery
year.
to Smash Mouths.
Yeah. Less Smash Mouth. They play Santa Cruz every year also. They play at the walk. So they like play right on the beach. Like go there. I had some friends like take acid and like the worst time ever. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself?
Did everybody turn into ogres around them when they started playing?
Like Fiona, just like Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
They all have layers.
Yeah. They all have layers.
Shit, man. People have layers too. And then
oh my god.
That's how it goes down. Smash Mouth played out here by us, but like it's called Prairie Fest because it's more like in the western part of Chicagoland where it's not even really Chicagoland anymore. My friend went to go see them, and it was like family friendly, and the lead singer just started like swearing like all the time, doing sexual innuendos, and they got their set cut, and they had to issue a public apology to the festival and like everybody who attended. And,
like,
yeah, definitely,
sure.
and probably
Supposed
something
to
else
be a family friendly band.
Yeah,
yeah.
not anymore.
I guess the dude was just unhinged and he just went off on it. And my friend was texting me because she's like, "I'm here and I don't know what's happening," and I'm like, why are you there?
Very uncomfortable right now. Yeah.
I brought my kids. I thought this was the band from Shrek.
Yeah. Dear God, what have I done?
What has Shrek done to this planet?
No.
My children are corrupted because of Shrek and Smash Mouth now.
Mm-hmm. Shrek is technically part of the Green New Deal.
Oh my God.
God damn it.
Let us.
Painful.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Let's move on and ask more questions about music that you've made and that Smash Mouth has not made, I assume. So I know you, when we put out the image for your band, I was having a really hard time finding a current lineup, and I noticed that the lineup obviously changed when you messaged us. I wanted to ask because you mentioned like collaboration. So how has like the collaboration of songwriting changed with a lineup change? Obviously you've been the guy bringing guitar and vocals to everybody else. So like, how has that collaboration changed like through the pandemic with changes to the lineup, with all that happening?
Yeah, good question. So like I mentioned before, the record's very collaborative. Or 2 songs, their concepts that they brought practice. One of them I'm playing bass instead. Very much Bella's guitar front and center. So I feel like now it's I mean, like it's still collaborative, but it does feel like I have kind of emotionally accepted that this is a project now. And so I've been like more comfortable kind of like suggesting parts, or kind of like, I think this or something like that. And I like might like point it out, you know, if it's on guitar, or I don't have as much like I don't know what to call it, self-consciousness about that. Like I had like sort of a negative experience early on when the band leader was overbearing, writing parts and stuff. He would even take songs into the studio that we had practiced together, we had gone over, played live, without telling me or the other guitar player. I was playing bass for. You just go in with the drummer and record, like, hey, we kind of wanted to be part of that. So I think I had like a very strong want everyone to feel like they are a part of this process, and I want everyone to bring stuff to the table. I'm still open to all that, but I think I'm just more comfortable with the fact that I'm the primary songwriter, and yeah, I've like hopefully that.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing a lot of artists now, mostly like most bands are really like one person, and most artists are like, I mean, I'm having trouble thinking of one right now in rock, because mostly it's like in hip hop and pop and other genres. It's like one person. They may have like a name, but it's basically like, yeah, it's their art. They're the one creating it from start to finish with their teams or whoever, but like their name is on it at the end of the day. And rock has always been a very collaborative genre, but I think we're seeing more people that are sort of just coming out as like, no, it's me, it's mine. I created this, and this is my band behind me, and they're playing with me, and we write together, we work together. But you know, at the end of the day, it's my name that's on the project overall, and every decision goes through me. And I don't think people are having as hard of a time understanding it, or like being as angry about it. I feel like in rock, it was always like, no, it's all of them, and if the three of them aren't in it, then it's not them anymore. Panic at the Disco, and it's like, no, it just is this now, and it's okay because we see that in so many other places in music. Why is rock music like? Why does it have to be like this collaboration of four people? Why can't it be one person making this genre? It's very strange.
Yeah, and I think it's important to invite possibility of change and influence as you bring kinds of music. I think with choosing a band name, by doing that, I feel like you're kind of committing to a certain mission statement. I don't know exactly what the mission statement, but I mean something like the words to think. People think but don't express, or try to feel less alone. I don't know, something like that, and so that always carry on the project. No matter what it sounds like, looks like. I primary focus.
I mean, I just feel like that. I mean, you don't have to have like a specific message, but the collaboration aspect of it, knowing where it is and everything, will help push that a little bit further and make it more whole. In that way as well, you started to put out singles for your upcoming record as well. And the latest one is Sword and Sorcery. Can you tell us a little bit about that song and what it is about and encompasses?
Yeah, that one, very influenced by, I don't know if that's like clear, if that, but I like the way that kind of describe parts of her own life and kind of like that existential dread, global experience too, like what we are experiencing personally, reflected but globally. And so I think throughout a lot of the pandemic, I was playing a lot of RPGs with my friends.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, just different things. I think we did Ember Room, tabletop RPG, like a really simple one, Bastion, about the character choices, role playing, like more of a game for actors than down in the math mechanics of it. Honestly, is
gotta get into the
but
math.
yeah, so yeah, I just don't like numbers, and
fair.
Numbers
I
are
teach,
terrible.
so yeah, that was kind of where it started, I guess, was this sense of like, I'm having fun, but what am I ignoring, or what am I trying to escape from? Like a huge part of that song. kind of what I came out with, just inevitability, climate change, and apocalypse is really what that last line is about. But it's extrapolating on lecture that J.R.R. Tolkien did of Men and Monsters. It's like very similar, whatever it is. But something that he talks about is, like, if you know the story of Beowulf, monster Grendel waiting outside and cave his hidey hole, and he's angered by the sounds of music coming from the mead hall. That's what drives him to come in and kill everyone, suck their blood. And so something that he talked about at the end of the lecture was that the mead hall represents a beacon of world of darkness. So inevitability of darkness winning in the end started base everything, my opinion, I nothing, and then light began. Music, one of my favorite parts of live, and kind of describing like brief moment where we have times to connect with each other. Eventually gonna die, not noon, then car explodes. Darkness. That's what that is. So very long-winded way to basic gist
Listen,
of it.
it got down to the nitty-gritty of it.
Yeah. Look, I mean, you say sword and sorcery, somebody's going to go, oh, okay, this is another band that likes D&D, which, by the way, is probably every band likes D&D. It's just part of
nowadays.
the gig.
Yeah.
But to like connect that back to a lot more is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm proud of that song. My favorite to play live. So cathartic. Sounds different every time, just a little bit. Tomorrow I'm planning to have us all outfits from pictures, putting them up every day. I'm dressed as a druid. My lead guitarist is dressed up as
Oh yeah.
goat with like, and then and then our bassist is like a sorcerer. Drummer like a warrior, so he has. So I think we're gonna jump out with that at the very end. Assuming that we get an encore, my plan is throw those things on and then come back on.
Oh my. Like, guys, we are ready to go. We are in the gear. You are at the gig, the ye old gig.
Ye old gig. With an E at the end of gig. And an H in the middle of Tom.
Bringing it all together.
Just adding those extra letters
really
like we used to do in the past. Yeah, it really ties the room together.
It does feel like we're in. I do like that. Like talking over Zoom stuff. And during like the pandemic and stuff, I felt like it was the closest thing, and it started to become normal. Setting, I think, than I used to. I don't know if you guys experienced that too. Kind of got like.
Yeah, I mean, I have always been like, let me just go to my computer to talk to you rather than like, I don't know, even like get on a phone call. Lizzie knows this because
I know.
I'm like, why the hell are you calling me? Just text me or something else. Like, I don't want this.
What if I'm dying?
I don't care. But if I like setting up like Zoom call, like Hangouts, and figuring out how to like play games over it, like Jackbox and Among Us too. I'm like,
Great. Yeah.
damn, Among Us, like that just changed the game. You know, I'm not by any means saying, you know, let's like have another pandemic, you know, pandemic 2, Among Us 2, you know, let's go. But
I know
at the same time,
yeah,
I'm like,
it was pretty fun in its own way. Like that was a special moment. And have
like,
everyone be down to do doing however many other
it's like something about like, even though you're not physically in the same space, feeling like you're doing something fun together that is like only something you can do via the internet. And I was all about it. And I had my one friend's girlfriend is very like, no, we need to see each other. Fuck the pandemic. Fuck the disease. I miss being in a room with people. And I'm like, that is a dangerous person.
Yeah, you're playing the fire there.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
But they, you know, obviously didn't, but it was also just that feeling for her was like, I can't feel like I'm hanging out with anybody if I'm just talking to somebody on a screen. And for me, I'm like, no, I've made very strange close friends with people who are just a name on Twitch. And it's very strange to me that like all of a sudden we became friends through this time period that like, if we never had it, we never would have this friendship. And it's, again, I don't think the pandemic was objectively good. I'm just saying it wasn't the worst thing.
The way that Brian said this to me last night, he was like, "It's not good." I'm like, "It's okay. You don't need to explain it. I understand."
No, yeah. I just miss Among Us so much.
No one's stopping you from playing
game.
Among Us, but
no
yourself.
one's joining me playing it.
You're not asking your friends.
That's fair.
That is what it comes down to. You just gotta like Esther. I have gotten out of the habit of it. I used to play a lot of Killer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because it was one of the few games that was like cross-platform, so I could play with my PC friends. I'm like a Switch guy.
Fair.
Just what other console can? I fucking played it on tour.
Yeah. It's
it was
beautiful
awesome.
thing.
I was killing demons on Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Sitting in the back while we were doing all-nighter back from Eugene.
Yeah. And, you know, if you're going to kill a demon, it better be in the back seat of a van, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
With some other sweaty dudes. The way that God intended it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, if it's me, I get real sweaty playing video games because I get real intense and I'm just like, I'm going to die. And then I'm like, why am I sweating? I've been sitting in one spot. Like nothing is happening to me.
I feel that, man. Like I get very invested.
Yeah.
Ghosts and Goblins.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Dark Souls, but like it was like the predecessor.
Real hard, isn't it?
You fuck it up, you gotta go all the way back.
Yeah.
That's on you.
It's on you. Just do better.
It's like you caught me slipping.
Better.
Yeah. Do better with your ghosts and/or goblins.
Yep. That's the message. Yeah, so I guess I definitely have the same feeling about pandemic, like I mentioned, writing songs, part of it, but getting closer to people too. I think that was a huge part of it. My bandmates during that time, and I definitely feel like part of, like one of the factors, them awkwardness coming back into a world where you could anything of 2020. Fun, but it was also, how do I do this? Should I do this? Like a good idea. Are things really getting better? I don't know. I mean,
I mean,
Yeah.
Still have
just
to wear
know
a mask at
that
work and stuff.
that Shrek Fest last year did happen, and it definitely was a super spreader event. So
Like this last summer, like it
Yeah.
was last. Okay, yeah, yeah.
That onion eating
just-
contest.
That really did it.
Yeah.
that really
Yeah.
just did it. Everyone said, "Hey, do you want to share my onion?"
That's how COVID started.
God.
Too much onion sharing.
Yeah,
Shrek.
that'll do it.
Damper puts on Shrek Fest in San Fran when.
I mean, it would be actually really fun to somehow organize something around that comp releasing, like all the band meeting in like an in between. So great.
Everybody has
So
to wear
weird,
little
but-
Shrek antler thingies.
Yeah. Or some like character from them.
A lot of donkeys.
Yeah, a lot of donkeys. Really problematic Eddie Murphy impressions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we
Yeah.
don't. Maybe
No, we
we
don't.
don't.
Now that I think about it.
Put on the flyer, if you become a problem because you think you're Eddie Murphy and you're clearly not, you literally have to legally leave.
Be barred from.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was productive. It was weird. And I don't know. I think I learned a lot.
I think we all learned a valuable lesson from that
that very dark time.
very dark time in everyone's life. And, you know, it's not like it's going to be a generational trauma or anything. So you have a show tomorrow, I'm guessing, because of the launch of the record.
Yeah.
And this will obviously be out after that. But, you know, are you playing the record in full, or are you just doing like what is the plan for the show tomorrow, aside from being your own D&D characters?
Oh, yeah. That's a great question, because I had so many like just like awkward feelings about playing these songs live. I had like very strong conviction about like not putting out any going to play live. So there are a couple that I think objectively are probably a couple of the best songs that could have been singles. Like if still part of the project, I probably would have, but feels like it would like put those out and then not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like that? Oh, well.
Never again.
Yeah, so I guess it'll be about half. And it's going to be like bookended, so it'll start with like the first 4 tracks off the album, and then at the end it'll be try to work in some relatively mostly just try to emphasize those tracks, probably talk the most about those, although I feel like I need to talk back and like up and just say
Depends. There's a balance, but
There is
yeah.
balance.
If you're saying something worthwhile, it's fine. If you're not and you don't know what to say, yeah. Like, but if you're like,
That's
you know,
me
like
all the
anything,
time.
yeah. Like
I never know what to say.
I've seen a lot of bands who just have the very like the script, you know, and you can see them reading the script. And I was like,
Even though they're not literally, it's like
yeah,
Yeah.
there's like all we've memorized is the names of the other bands on the gig, and you know, check us out on Facebook,
On the socials.
get
I hate
us
that so
on
much.
socials, and like it's
so
important.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's important, and I don't want to take away from like, you know, a band has to promote itself and advertise itself, but it's also just not cool. Like,
Hella fake.
yeah, it's just not
Fucking
like
fake.
if you want to be a cool band, which I assume everybody wants to be in a cool band,
Yeah.
fucking be cool, man. You know,
Just be chill.
be cool.
Be chill about it.
Yeah,
They look it up on all the stuff.
yeah.
All the stuff and things. online.
Catch me
Keep it
on
brief.
Reddit r/Twinkle-Daddies. You can catch me over there.
Put
Like,
your input.
that would at
vote.
least-
Who is the best Twinkle Daddy?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be a hot debate. It's a very niche group. There's like 100 people on.
Oh my god.
It's
Look.
very small.
Yeah, but you find a group of 100 people and everybody likes your music. That's a win. That is a strong win.
It's been consistently successful. People comment more there than else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be one of the places I put it up. I'm actually like really needing to get on that after this interview because I kind of forgot that I didn't have it up on Bandcamp. I did, ready to go, and now I got to like figure out how to like either merch in with it, like lyrics and liner notes and all that stuff. I have it, but it's like in like Photoshop files, so I have to like probably. I did this to myself. It's organization.
Yeah.
Coming back.
I will say I really like and appreciate like bands and artists that actually like take the time to write out their lyrics, especially when they are newer bands, because then you know what is like censored and what isn't, or what you will need to, and it makes life so much easier.
Yeah, it does, because I mean, to me, that's like one of the most. It's one of the best cases for like having record or having like a physical copy of it is like you can think back and be like, oh, okay, wow, now I look at this as like poetry. Nice, like she such a good point there, and I totally head whenever. I personally like records. Friend and I were talking about how impractical they are. You know, have to like put them up a certain way so that they bend or warp or anything like that. You know, maintain the equipment. That I really like art too, like art. King Crimson. Definitely sober. But yeah.
Not on acid, watching Smash Mouth on the beach.
That worst combination.
Yeah.
I guess the beach is pretty cool
Yeah.
combo.
Imagine like
That'd be cold.
you're watching like a beautiful sunset to the soundtrack of All Star by Smash Mouth, and you're like, nature is a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful
Just know
place.
that somebody at that show definitely was like, this is our song with their partner. And like their song is a Smash Mouth song.
You are my All Star.
Walk down the aisle.
What if you were like at the altar?
That was the vow.
Yeah, I just
vows.
had it in my mind that the vow
All-Star.
is like just
I'll love you forever.
dear my love. Somebody once told me
Oh
that
no.
the world was going to roll me, and that I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Mom, audience,
It was just
Yeah, tearing
and
up.
emotional. Yeah,
Loves that Shrek movie.
really did.
And she's like, "Oh
More
my
times when I
god."
was in theater. God,
I don't think anyone in
vivid.
our generation should get married.
no.
no, because we're gonna do. There's
We
because I
annoy
have
the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
I have a few friends getting married, like my first batch of friends getting married this summer, and like in the next year and a half. And I get on wedding TikTok, and it's like, oh, but here's the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song as a wedding march, and I'm like, what?
This is content that people are.
They said here's a
Making
SpongeBob
it this
theme
point.
wedding, but make it mature.
No,
And
that's
I'm
not
like,
a thing.
what?
No, that's a very different Reddit page.
Yeah, that sounds
Mature
more like
SpongeBob.
deviant art.
Yeah.
There's some wild deviant art for Bob. There's one of Squidward and SpongeBob in the shower. Oh my.
But they live in the water. They don't have to shower.
Oh my God.
But it's like,
What
it's
if
one
they
of those
Oh, I know.
like fan fiction. What a
Look,
world we
We've
What a
gone
world.
too far with creativity, potentially.
We've
Yeah.
allowed too much creativity.
run wild.
Like,
Today we stray further.
my brother in Christ, please stop
My bro-
writing.
Please stop writing and drawing SpongeBob fan fiction. Thank you. I don't think I should have to ask, but please.
It's very important. Mental health, quality of life, all of it. You just gotta lay off the sauce, man. Cut yourself off.
I just want, like, I want to sum it up where I say, I understand why people, everybody's different. Everybody has their thing. Everybody has their passions and their interests, and don't want to say anything bad about anyone just liking their thing. But like, we grew up with all this nostalgia stuff, right? Like everything that we loved growing up as a kid is like, that's just what we're into now as adults.
Yeah.
But I don't want to fuck it, you know? Like I liked stuff, but I don't want to fuck the stuff, you know? And I think
Yeah,
that's
it's
my
like,
issue.
Why did you have to take it there?
Yeah, it's like,
like-
this was supposed to be wholesome and cool and like fun to look back on, and now we're in absolutely terrible territory that I never wanted to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all sinners.
Yeah.
Some of us more than others.
Some of us, just for enjoying SpongeBob, have sinned.
Yes.
He's very porous.
And absorbent.
Oh no.
Okay. If you say it in the right way, it's a really horny intro song. Let's move on. We're please.
We're gonna come
could
off
do this
chat,
all
and
day,
Brian is
man.
not going to delay it because he's gonna have to address what people are saying, because Brian has said some controversial things about childhood.
No, there was a okay. Everything is a meme, of course. So somebody did a smash or pass of every Pokemon, and I'm like, that's objectively hilarious. That's just objectively funny, because they literally just are going through pictures and they don't say anything except for smash or pass. They don't explain it. They just are like looking at it differently and going, smash, and then moving
Wow,
on.
I actually really want to see that.
See,
I feel like I would have very different opinions.
yeah. Yes, I believe that everybody does fall
has
differently on
yeah.
this, but it's like, it's clearly a bit, but then you bring it up in context and you're like, dude, I just think it's funny. Like, you could just like, what if instead of doing a tier list, you did smash or pass candy bars, you know?
But that's,
Yeah.
a candy bar, not animal.
You've seen the memes about Snickers, Lizzie. You've seen the veiny memes about Snickers.
I don't like that.
Well,
I
don't
like it
even
at
get
all.
started with it.
I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
And the
all of a
brown
sudden,
M&M.
Hot topic.
yeah. All I'm saying is we're about to get into some dangerous territories that
Listen,
everybody
they were
has
doing
context
Smash or-
on.
They started doing Smash or Pass Disney character
Yeah,
versions
no.
on TikTok.
Nope.
Oh
Nope.
God.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I will
'cause
say
that's like real. Those are real people. Pokemon's just ridiculous.
Those are real people.
no, they had Simba and Scar in it, and I'm very glad that most people that I
that's
came
not
across
okay.
in my FYP who were doing it, they're like, "That's an animal." No, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, thank God."
Someone had some sense. out
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I guess not real people, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, like they're like
real
humanoids.
Right.
Yeah.
organisms that exist.
If you're
in our
looking at
world.
like Aladdin, you're like, oh, that's a human being. And if I met a person who looked exactly like this but was a person, would I smash? Yeah. Then you see the genie and you go,
objectively, very, yeah,
And you're like, "Excuse me."
yeah. How would that even work? First of all,
he's just made of gas and dreams.
aren't we all?
Aren't we all? Welcome to America. We are.
Familiar.
We're getting close to an hour, so I want to give you time to promote the record, promote your, do the band shout out from stage and be like, you can find us on the internet, which is how, bands do it. So yeah, the record's coming out tomorrow. If you're watching us right now, tomorrow.
Or midnight.
a midnight.
Very literal about it.
Yeah, literal tomorrow. Is it midnight? Because you're West Coast time, so is it midnight West Coast time?
Yeah. Oh. It might be Central Time. I'm from Old Press is the one.
Oh, and is he Central Time wherever he lives?
Yeah.
There we go.
So I think I'll be midnight. But we have vinyl tapes, CDs coming. We don't have like the mock-ups for, but you can go on oldpressrecords.com and go to the page for Personal Fable, get the vinyl at least, or a bundle too, split with Cloth and Turtle, split with Flow Disco. Get them all, catch them all.
Yeah, smash or pass.
Yeah, I would be super down, friends sometimes. But what else though? There's nothing really else on the horizon. I mean, we're gonna, I think again in July, but we're gonna keep it pretty local. At some point, I'd love to come out your way, based on what everyone has said.
Most likely.
Yeah.
We're a pretty big like indie and like emo area. So
yeah. West emo.
The most twinkle of the daddies.
Yeah.
Twinkliest daddies.
Real quick, can we like get a consent? Like, do you have to be from the Midwest?
I do think that it's a genre.
There's so much debate.
I think it's a genre more. So like if you have that sound and you're from like Philadelphia or something, I think it's fine because it's more genre based than like where you are. It's like the Midwest is this mindset.
Yeah. It's that Midwest mindset, you know, like you got to work hard and like you earned what you made, you know.
You went through that snow, you shoveled your car out of the ice. You earned that glory.
Yeah. If you
worked hard to get there.
If you rake the leaves off your lawn, you know, you did that work.
You know, you got the whole dad fit going on all the time because that's just cozy for you.
Respect.
Yeah.
You are Midwest emo.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely where I'm at. Well, especially lately, I've been wearing my Birkenstocks because I've mosh pit.
Ooh.
But yeah, I resonated.
And they said,
yeah, that's basically it. Also not a dad, by the way. I'm single. Gonna plug myself there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Quick little plug for the Tinder page.
Yeah.
The Hinge profile.
That's it's for like the ladies out there.
Yeah.
It's like when we saw our friends of the pod Rivals, they were performing in Chicago, and then like the lead singer, she said something, and then she was like, "Oh, and all these guys here are single," and I'm like, she's really like, guys, let's go, and I'm like, you know what, respect.
Yeah, staying true, what you're about, none of that fake shit.
Being a real homie, using your platform.
Yeah. And if you have those qualities, then you better go to Damper's profiles and
swipe right. Is that what?
Shoot that shot. Swipe? Yeah, you swipe right.
Is it? Right. I don't know. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, you swipe right if you like.
Tinder.
Yeah. Been a long time for me, but I believe that's the case.
Yeah, it definitely could be different now.
I used like Bumble and Twitter once, and Tinder once, and I got very scared, and then I deleted it after a day because people were talking to me, and I got scared.
Okay. Well,
it is a lot when people talk to you. It's the stuff of nightmares.
The swiping is the easy part. Yeah. The keeping up a conversation with somebody you don't know is the difficult part.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend last night who I think got banned from Hinge or something like that.
Oh my God.
Because he was like saying this ironically. I think he asked like, so what are you gonna like get into this weekend, and like besides dad ass? It was like, nope, like she didn't even give him a chance to like elaborate. I guess he did elaborate, but like she did.
Okay.
He very quickly was.
I think I were to think you would have to do something way worse to get banned from a dating app, but I guess not.
I think it's because she reported him. He wasn't clear, but
Yeah.
Okay.
like that must have been what happened.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why? Like, what grounds would they have?
That is.
They just want their users to be happy. So
Yeah. Can't just have people out here screaming dad ass at ladies.
Dead ass.
cancelable behavior.
It's an honestly cancelable offense. Well, we would love you all to go and check out the record. Personal Fable is the name of it.
Yes.
Personal Fable. It's out now. If you're listening to this episode, it's out because it's past midnight in whatever time zone
Whatever time zone you're in.
So you got to go get it. You got to listen to it. We need at least 1,000 streams today. One of you.
0.3%.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are going to just launch pennies at Damper over here.
Oh no.
Just call your fans the penny launchers because they just listen to the record and Spotify just does it. And
or you can like split up a penny in like 3, thirds, and then you can send. That's also an option.
Yeah, but each one of them has to come in a separate envelope, and it costs way more to just send that than it would be to just one stream on Spotify.
Oh my
True
gosh.
facts.
So go listen to it. If you can support on Bandcamp, do that. Buy it. Get a little bundle. Bundle yourself up. It's hot out there. Bundle yourself. I got nothing. Yeah, that's a much better joke for winter, but it is unfortunately summer. So
I'm sweating.
Yeah, you're in California.
Completely transparent. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah, go check out the record. Follow Damper and everything, and we are going to continue chatting over on Twitch for a little bit. But yeah, if you don't get 1,000 streams when you listen to this episode, you're not smashable. You're definitely passable.
Right.
Okay.
I think that's all I can think of. But I guess just thank you. Yeah, really. Brian.
Yeah. Well, we'll now just talk to Twitter and thank you, Tom.
Twitch?
Thank you, Dan. Yeah. No, we're gonna go on Tinder. I'm sorry. Did I say Tinder? We're going on Tinder.
Whoa.